66 million years ago, our planet was alive with giants. The continents were warm, humid, and covered in vast forests and coastal swamps. Towering conifers, giant ferns, and flowering plants created endless green worlds where dinosaurs thrived. This was the late Cretaceous period, the final chapter of the age of dinosaurs. On open plains, massive herds of Triceratops grazed on low plants, their great horns and frills providing protection from predators. The apex predator, Tyrannosaurus rex, roamed with unmatched power, jaws strong enough to crush bone in a single bite. But the dinosaurs were not alone. In the skies, pterosaurs, flying reptiles with wingspans as wide as a small plane, soared across thermals. Alongside them, primitive birds, feathered and agile, hinted at the avian creatures that still fill our skies today. Beneath the oceans, mosasaurs, enormous marine reptiles, ruled with fearsome jaws, hunting fish, turtles, and even other marine reptiles. On the coasts, crocodile ancestors waited in silence, ready to strike. It was a thriving, interconnected web of life. Dinosaurs had reigned for over 150 million years. They were the rulers of Earth. But even for the most dominant creatures in history, time was running out.
Far beyond Earth, in the cold emptiness of space, a giant rock traveled silently through the void. It was an asteroid, nearly 10 kilometers wide, large enough to wipe out nearly all life on the planet. For millions of years, it had drifted undetected until now. Its trajectory was locked. Its destination was Earth. The asteroid entered the atmosphere at over 40,000 miles per hour. In seconds, the friction of air transformed it into a blazing fireball. To creatures on the ground, it appeared as a second sun racing across the sky. Dinosaurs paused, eyes lifted, unaware that their world was ending. Then, impact. The asteroid slammed into the shallow waters of what is now known as Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The force released was unimaginable, equal to more than 100 trillion tons of TNT. That is, billions of nuclear bombs exploding at the same time. The ground split open. Shockwaves circled the globe. Tsunamis taller than skyscrapers raced across oceans, crashing onto distant shores. Forests thousands of miles away erupted into flames. The very air ignited, searing everything in its path. In the span of minutes, life on Earth faced devastation unlike anything before or since. The age of the dinosaurs had entered its final hours.
The immediate destruction was only the beginning. As debris and molten rock were hurled into the sky, they rained back down upon Earth. Countless fires erupted across entire continents. Above, a thick layer of dust, ash, and vaporized rock spread across the atmosphere, blocking out the sun. Daylight vanished. The world was cast into darkness. For weeks, then months, sunlight could not reach the surface. temperatures plummeted. A global winter began. Plants withered without sunlight. The food chain collapsed from the bottom up. Herbivores starved, and with them, the predators that depended on them. The mighty dinosaurs, creatures that had ruled for over 150 million years, fell in staggering numbers. 3 out of every 4 species on Earth disappeared. In the oceans, ammonites and giant marine reptiles vanished. On land, the great dinosaurs from the lumbering Triceratops to the towering Tyrannosaurus Rex were driven to extinction. It was one of the greatest mass extinctions in Earth's history. And yet, not all life was lost.
Through the darkness and cold, some creatures endured. Tiny mammals, small enough to hide in burrows and feed on seeds and insects, survived the long winter. Their ability to adapt allowed them to seize opportunities left behind by the giants. Birds, descendants of small feathered dinosaurs, also endured, carrying the legacy of the dinosaurs into a new age. Slowly, after months and years, the skies began to clear. Sunlight returned, and green shoots pierced through the ash-covered soil. Forests regrew, insects thrived, and the oceans filled with life once more. The world had changed forever. The reign of the dinosaurs was over, but from their ashes rose new lineages, mammals that would one day give rise to elephants, whales, primates, and eventually humans. Without this extinction, we might never have existed. The fall of the dinosaurs paved the way for the rise of our kind. From unimaginable destruction came rebirth. And the story of the dinosaurs' end reminds us, on Earth, no dynasty lasts forever, but life, in all its resilience, always finds a way.